Warning. The following poocast features two comedians with ulcerative colitis talking number two's post-J-pouch surgery. They are expert craftsmen working to bring laughter and end the shit stigma stinking up our world. These are not medical professionals. For real medical advice, please consult your local physician.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to Turdsville with your hosts, David P. and Kiwi. Pouches for them boys in the bathroom making noise in their town. It's always brown.
Hey. Oh, hey.
Welcome to Turdsville, a safe space to discuss anything and everything from sharts to farts. I'm your host, Dave Piontkowski. I'm here with my co-host, Kiwi Weintraub.
Hey, everybody.
And we hope you're watching from the toilet, because this is the podcast for you. It's a bit of a shitcast with two comedians who had total colectomy surgery, J-pouches installed here, and we have no colon between us. Zero.
Yeah, zero.
Find another podcast where they got zero colons.
Zero colon podcast.
You can't find that. There's no...
No way, Jose.
Do you know another podcast that exists?
The closest I can think of is Colin Powell, but he's dead. So not even him, right?
No, not Colin Powell.
Right?
No. And I think he had a colon.
He had it, yeah.
Yeah.
When he was still kicking. So.
Yeah, he had major colon privilege. But here, for those of you that don't know what like a total colectomy or J-pouches, I don't know. Kiwi, do you want to explain it?
Yeah, so, ulcerative colitis is the disease that we got. It's like when your colon gets infected. You guys know Pete Davidson. Have you heard of him? He has Crohn's disease, which is like your gastrointestinal system gets infected. Crohn's is the sister disease to ulcerative colitis, UC. UC is kind of simpler. It's when just your colon gets fucked. And if you take medication for long enough, which we did, and it doesn't work for long enough, which happened to us, then you got to get your colon taken out. That's the total colectomy, not a partial where they take out part of the colon, but a total colectomy. And then they put it in a bag, like a bag of poo. Like
total colectomy,
bag.
like the movie Total Recall, only with taking your colon out.
It's a little less cool, yeah.
Yeah, it's not as cool as
Total. You should watch, if you have an option between the two, you should watch Total Recall.
Instead of a video of a total colectomy surgery.
We're having to get one.
Oh, I would not watch a video of total colectomy surgery.
Gross,
yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
But yeah. And then, the end product, the goal is the J-pouch,
Yeah.
And it's like an alternative. It's an alternative colon, which they make you. The colon is the large intestine, and they make you a large intestine out of your small intestine. It's cool. It's a miracle of modern medicine.
It really is. It's really incredible. Like the two of us survived this. We're sitting here, and we don't have to take a shit right now, which is amazing.
Speak for yourself.
I drank something that might have to make me shit. Yeah. So if I shit my pants on this podcast, though, this is the place to do it in Turdsville. Turdsville, we welcome shitting ourselves.
Oh, yeah, dude.
And I'm sure it's going to happen. There's going to be an episode eventually where one of us shit ourselves.
The people we have on, it's going to happen.
Oh, no question. I know there are people out there who suffer from Crohn's, colitis, IBS, Turdsville. This is the place for you.
Come to Turdsville, please. Population 2, come on.
Every chair is brown.
Yeah, every chair. It's all brown.
Everything is brown in Turdsville.
Turn that brown upside down. Come on, guys. Huh?
Yeah. So I guess I will describe the surgery a little, just to give people some background, some context, and I'll start off with mine, which I was not as intense as Kiwi's. I had a multi-part surgery. It was the first part where you get the temporary ostomy bag, and you're actually shitting through a bag. And I know there's somebody out there who have to do that, and I feel for you. I sympathize for you, because I know how hard that life can be. And I had it for about 2 to 3 months, and then I had the takedown surgery where they actually attach my butthole to the J-pouch, and then you could shit through your butthole again, which, shitting through your butthole is so, people don't realize.
It's underrated.
It's so underrated.
It's underrated, yeah.
So underrated. It's like top 5.
experiences in life. Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, you don't value shitting through your butthole till you're
Yeah.
not shitting through your butthole.
No, you never. What is it? You never love some. You never. What is the phrase? You never love a butthole until it's taken away. You never know how much you love a butthole until it's gone, right? You never know how much you love shitting until it's taken away.
It's like that
you
song.
don't love something until it's gone. Yeah, it's like that.
Don't know
that,
what you got till it's gone.
That
only with your
Tom
butthole.
Petty and the Heartbreakers song, where it's like, you got your butthole, and
Yeah.
yeah, that song is great, dude.
In Turdsville, it'd probably be Tom Petty and the Fartbreakers.
I know.
Yeah, that's a. I need like a rim shot. I need like a little.
You need a
drum.
rim job, is what you need. Dude.
I do need a rim job. You know what? I have to say, post surgery, no rim jobs. I don't let anyone get inside my butthole.
Likewise, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't
very
even like
sensitive.
when girls slap my ass.
No, it's just not even like a.
No, I don't like when anybody touches my ass, except for maybe my. I don't let anybody go in around there.
Well, they're special. They're allowed in there.
Yeah,
I think.
he trained, you know.
Yeah, of course. If you got a blood relative, they're allowed to stick things in your butthole. I mean, it's just.
And he too has a 2/3. I told you this. He has 2/3 colon. My dad.
Oh,
he had a partial colectomy because he had a polyp. Polyp is like a hole in your intestine. So between the Weintraub brothers, me, my father, and my brother, we have 1 2/3 colons.
Wow, that's
pretty. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you. But
You know,
yeah, dude.
What a family legacy.
Yeah, my mom is just chilling there. Fucking the sand. They got better genes. The Sandra. Yeah, you got us some fucking.
What's the bathroom situation like in your house?
It's tough. Well, luckily it's only two of us. It's me and my ma. But we do run into each other like every single night because I go to bed at like 4 a.m. So I'll take my shit at like 3:30, my pre-bed shit, you know.
Yeah.
And she wakes up to pee. Which a beautiful angel she is, and she'll wake up to pee in the middle of the night at like 3 o'clock. So it's so often she'll just be like, yeah, can I get in there? Can I get in there? Can I get in there? She's an Oompa Loompa, I forgot to tell you. She's like,
oh, yeah.
Doopity-doo, yeah, can I get in there? She's got to say like, Mom, poop, you know. But what I'll do often, I don't know if you would do this, I'll just like stuff toilet paper in my butt crack, put my underwear on, and just like walk into my brother's room. Which he moved out, don't worry. I'm not just assaulting him when he's sleeping. But
Right.
I'll flush the toilet so that she has freedom. I'll stand there for 2 minutes, and then I'll go back in when she's done. If I'm feeling nice, I'll do that.
Wait, you're saying you take the toilet paper, you put it
In my butthole, yeah.
So
It's
like,
not going to wipe just if I got to finish the shit later, you know?
so it's like to hold the shit in?
Yeah, so I'm not like... It's like I haven't finished wiping yet. Or I really started, if I'm being honest. so I just put my toilet paper... I put the toilet paper in my butt, and then I put my underwear on, and I let my mom in for like a few minutes. You know, I rush her, and then she... Because she doesn't really shit in the middle of the night. I mean, she's 67. She'll probably start shitting in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it's gonna
soon.
be a
Which is
shit
I
tipping
gotta
point.
move out when that happens. That's gonna suck. But I've always only had one bathroom. Yeah, so when my brother was still living there, it was rough. After I got sick, it was rough. He would fucking... I mean, he was great. He would wait, but I felt bad for the kid. He was waiting a lot.
Oh, wow. One bathroom and
Three people, yeah.
Oh, I feel for you. That's a rough situation. I guess...
Price we pay to live in Brooklyn, huh?
Yeah, man. I mean, I was on my own when I had this, so I was able to like have the comfort of like going to just like, I have my own apartment. I can take a dump in my own place.
Yeah, fucking live there, you know?
Wow.
Basically just live in the bathroom. Yeah, I mean...
Now, you had yours earlier than me. Like, how old were you when you got it?
When I had the first surgery?
Oh, when you got colitis and you were having this symptoms.
So I got colitis when I was 18. It was on my first day of college. That was right when I got symptoms. I was like, something seems to be amiss here. And I was right, we had flown, this was the school that sorry, it's Oberlin College. Quick plug, sorry, I'm liberal. Sorry, everybody.
What are you apologizing for?
I went to a good fucking school. Sue me. No, it's very smart. No, but I dropped out. But anyway, it's in Ohio. It's like a 10-hour drive.
Okay.
We don't have a car.
Okay.
We flew. It was like 50 minutes. Very nice flight. 45 minutes. And I just got off. And you got that thing where you start eating anything and you have to poop immediately. I'd have like a pretzel and I have to go poop.
I know what you're talking about.
This is not normal, you know. And then you start seeing blood in there in the bathroom, you know. And so, and then just over time, you're like, all right, something's definitely not right. And I got a scope, a colonoscopy, and they were like, all right, you have ulcerative colitis. And over 2 years, 3 years. I had 2.5 years, 3 years. You go from the medications that you go with Lialda, and you go prednisone, terrible prednisone, give you moon face, steroids, fucking, and then you do you had biologics,
No, you see, you got it at a different time than me. I had it. I'm a little older. I'm in my 30s, and I had it in like my kind of early mid 20s. So, but I was on prednisone, and what they do is they would put you on one medication, like Prograf or something, and then they'd cycle you on and off of prednisone and every time I got to like 2.5 milligrams of prednisone, I'd start having symptoms again.
Do you want to explain prednisone quickly for the uninformed? Prednisone and the terrible side effects prednisone.
Oh my god, I mean, it's great that
it's amazing. It's the only thing that works.
It's the only thing that works, but wow. I mean, I have pictures of myself from back then, and I look
puffy.
My face is like huge.
Really?
Like it
was
looks
the
like
rest of your body skinny?
Yeah, it's like you ever play NBA Jam, like the big head mode.
Oh, NBA Jam head. Oh,
yeah, that's how it looked, like big head mode.
Oh, jeez.
And my parents still have one of those pictures hanging up in the house.
Really?
I don't like that picture. I don't like that picture. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. It's just like a family picture. But I'm like, it's those prednisone days. It bums me out.
It's amazing. The reason why it works is because colitis is a autoimmune disorder, right? It's your immune system attacking itself. And prednisone is a steroid that shuts down your immune system. So, like, of course it's going to work. It shuts down your immune system. Your immune system is what keeps you alive. So it has all these terrible side effects because it shuts down the thing that's keeping you alive, right? Like, effectively. So you get, I met another ostomate. Fucking shout out to all the ostomates out there.
Ostomates, much love. We feel your pain. We had the bag. We know the experience. This is Turdsville.
Do you still call yourself an ostomate? Or is it like
I've never heard the term ostomate.
You've never heard it before?
Said that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Dude, you are old. Wow. Maybe it's a new term. They didn't have ostomates back in 2010 or whatever.
Maybe. I didn't look up on Urban Dictionary, and I wasn't communicating.
It's probably not even on there. It's not fucking.
And I wasn't really communicating with a lot. Actually,
you didn't talk to anyone?
No, I did have an ostomy friend who had Crohn's, and he had the permanent bag, and he never used the term ostomate to me. Yeah. So that's a new term, but I will start using that. I like that.
They gave me at the hospital at NYU Langone Hospital. Shout out to Dr. Ramsey, Dr. Karat, Dr. Hudesman, all the nurses. So he gave me the number of 3 people, one of whom never called me back.
Whoa.
Dude, he gave me a Jew, a Muslim, and a wasp. Guess who never called me back?
Yeah.
It was a Muslim.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I'm sorry, Ibrahim Abba, if you're out there, call me. I have your number still.
I don't want to comment on this because I don't want to get canceled on the first episode, but I hear what you're saying.
Dude, I shouldn't. My name is Daniel. Daniel at Kiwi Weintraub. No, I didn't. I don't even think I said my name. I said I don't know. But he. It was funny. I talked to the Jew and the wasp, and they were cool. They both had like very kind of stereotypical complaints. The wasp was like, it's just like your life, and the Jew was like, oh my god, fucking.
These are the people who had the surgery who you talked to?
Yeah, it's dude, you gotta love wasps. I mean, they're awesome, man. This guy, Tom, I shouldn't say his name. Should I? I should not say his name.
I mean.
Alan Frank, that's a fake name.
Yeah.
If you're out there, suck my cock, I love you. Dude, I would call him and he was just like, listen, Kiwi, it's the hardest thing you're ever gonna have to do, just to go through it now. And he was just like, yeah, you just go and you do it. I drank some beers and it's okay. And it was like, all right, but you had fucking 2 years of your life sidelined for this. And the Jew was just like, yeah, it's awful. It's terrible. What do we go through? It's amazing. Like, do you pray to God? Like, do you believe? And I was like, yeah, all right. Okay.
Oh, you got like religious on you.
Calm down, Isaac. Yeah.
You got a religious. I see. So I talked to like one woman who she had told me about like, yeah, and she told me like, oh, I do marathons and like, oh, you're gonna be fine. Don't worry.
Does she have the bag still?
No, she had like the takedown surgery and she got through it. And that, shout out to Dr. Joel Bauer, retired, rest in power.
Rest in penis, Dr. Joel.
Dr. James Marion, Dr. Goldberg.
Rest in penis,
There's
Dr.
probably
Goldberg.
other gastros I'm forgetting because I saw so many back then.
So many.
I want to get into like kind of my colitis experience.
Yeah.
Because when you said the blood on the paper, that was how I knew when I was in my early 20s. I saw that blood on the paper. I said, that ain't right.
Yeah, right.
And I've had kidney disease since I was a teenager, since I was 15. So I had like this nephrologist I was seeing in the city, and I was at his office, and I'm like, hey, is it normal to be like, have like blood on the toilet paper after
just
you
like,
shit?
yes, totally normal.
And he goes, no, you should see Dr. Goldberg, this gastro in this building, and he made an appointment for me like right away, colonoscopy, same thing as you. Saw the...
How old were you when you had your first scope?
22, 23.
Yeah.
And then, so I got scoped. They told me I had colitis. Got scoped, and then the same as you, I was like, started off on like lower end medication.
Lialda or mesalamine.
Jeez, you know what's so funny? It was like, for me, this is like a little while ago. It was like, because yours is more recent. I think yours is like a
2020. God, what year is it now? 2022.
I think we're in the future. I think it's like 2069. What year was the Battlefield Earth movie?
Dude, yeah, I guess it was 20. I graduated high school in 2016, so I guess it was like 2016, 2017 is when I started. It seems like so long ago. I mean, I guess it was a while ago. Huh?
Yeah, but I mean, my takedown surgery was like 2013. Yeah. So I had colitis like, maybe 2009, 2013. That was like my colitis years.
Oh, your years, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe even sooner than that. I have to look at a calendar and figure out the exact numerals. But
the numerators, yeah.
The numero uno, yeah. But the the dumps. It was like once the symptoms started, and I remember starving myself, where I felt like like Christian Bale did that to like for some movie. What was the movie? Do you know the movie Machinist? Yeah. So like a machinist where he's just starving himself, and I'd have like one can of tuna a day, and I don't even like tuna, but it was like the only thing I'm like, okay, I could like eat this and live
and not shit right away,
and not have to like shit all. And that would maybe bring it from like 12 shits to like 5 or 6 shits, and that was like a good day. And I just remember it got really... Oh, yeah. Did you try dating while you had the colitis?
So I lost my virginity when I was 18. No, yeah, I lost my virginity when I was 18. And I got diagnosed, when I was 18. So I lost my virginity after, like 2 months into college, basically. After I got the scope and we knew everything. So I was on suppositories. You put stuff up your ass, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, I do that anyway before the colitis. I used to, high school was crazy.
This is a liberal podcast, all right? Fuck you.
Yeah, get with it. 2022. The future is now.
Hell yeah. But in addition to just being a hobby, you would put stuff in your... You put like... dude, they had me on suppositories, enemas, and rectal foams. Do you ever have
foams?
I
had the thing, like the rectal foam you like that put...
Bro, and I had these fucking hot bitches down my hall, because I lived... This was sophomore year, but I had a... It was like they were like all swimmers. They were all swimmers. They had swimmers' bodies, and they were really hot. But we had co-ed bathrooms, because it was a liberal arts school. And so I would go into the stall just hoping to God that fucking Alex and her big ass wouldn't be there. Well, I just put my rectal foam inside me, spritz. Like, every time I'm just like, fuck, and I had to get rid of quickly wash it out and bring it back to the room. It was awful. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But when I was 18, I was hooking up with that bitch, you know who you are, and she was fucking, oh my God, yeah, dude, she ironically had a huge ass, which is funny because mine was withering away. She was 18, don't worry, as was I. I guess she's probably 24. I mean, she's my age, but she, dude, I put my suppository in probably 5 minutes before I go downstairs to find my friends on the floor watching Monty Python. Shout out, watching Monty Python, right? So I go underneath the blanket, and what does she do? She starts yanking my cock right there. Suppository freshly inserted into my asshole. Freshly inserted, she starts yanking my cock, and she's like, "Let's go back to your room." And I was like, like, can you not? Because for the uninformed, when you take a suppository, you got to sit down or lie down for like 5 or 10 minutes. Otherwise, it falls out of your asshole, and you have a butt missile pill hanging around in your underwear, which you don't want. So there'd be a moment. Tell me if you're familiar. A moment where you put the suppository in, and it's like, okay, it's now inside my body, and I feel it's inside, and I'm fine.
You always feel it.
You always feel it go in. You always feel it.
Yeah.
And I had not felt it, and she started yanking my cock, and I was like, "Please, ma'am, I'm sorry. You're very like Dude, oh my god. But
it's like the first time you're like, I don't want this hand job.
I was like, I really, yeah.
I don't.
She was just like, she's like, why don't we go back to your room? And I was like, can we just fucking like stay here, please? And like, what? And I was just like, I said some stupid shit. I was like, oh, this is just a really great scene. Like, I made up some bullshit. I was like, oh, just wait, I love this part. It was like the knights who say knee or something. I was like, wait for the knights to say knee. And then we went up though, and I think the suppository, God willing, had gone inside me at that point, but I forked. I mean, probably after several hours of just failing to maintain an erection and all that stuff. And the position that we had sex in. Do you mind if we? Okay. And the position we did it. She was
you
like.
You want to use the corn on the cob?
Yeah. Give me the corn real quick.
We got a corn on the cob.
Sorry, this is what happens when you don't have a colon. It just shows up in your poop. But
that's how it looks.
Oh, here's the hole. Right. This was her.
All right. Yeah. So that's like her vagina.
Yeah, she was lying.
This is a real sex ed course.
I had to like go like that because I was so self-conscious about my suppository. The whole time I was just watching over here to say, please don't fall out. Please don't fall out. She was. I did not love her, but you know.
I remember when I was looking for a new apartment in like 2015 post-surgery.
Yeah.
Every apartment I went to, I would test the toilets. I'd test the flush out.
Oh,
and
nice.
The real estate agent that I was with, she was like popping so much. She was like, oh, you're going to every bathroom flushing the toilet. And I go, you don't have this. You don't have a J pouch. You don't know what's going on.
Bitch.
Yeah. You don't know my life. You don't know my life. And then I strangled her. So she's dead. No, she's totally fine. I'm much love. I appreciate you helping me.
She's at Sloan Kettering, don't worry. Dude, fucking right. I mean, it was just, you're just a shell of yourself.
You are.
It takes so long to get back to that point. And you never really, so, I take 8-10 shits a day, right? You know, can be as little as 7, as many as 12 or 13. But the beautiful thing about being sick is that it gives you a perspective, and that's very cheesy and cliche, but it's true. Like it really is true, and like because you've spent a month in the hospital straight in your life. You know, you spent so much time in the hospital, you spend so much time at home, not living life, not doing anything. That when you come out, even if you are doing this restricted diet, taking medications, having a drink all the time, drinking all the time, whatever, your mind is so crazy, you're at least like, shit, I'm alive, and like I have this new perspective. So they say your quality of life gets worse after the disease. My quality of life, I think, quality of life is such a relative term, right?
Yeah,
you go to third world countries, the kids are having a blast, you know? They don't have clean water, but they have a basket. And that they're so.
It's also mind over matter. It's like there are people who are the wealthiest people in the world, and they're extremely depressed.
Yeah, absolutely. So, especially those people, dude. If you have everything, then you have everything to complain about. We can get bananas any day on any season. Like kings didn't live like that, you know.
No, and we love bananas here. Well, not me right now.
It constipates me. I can't do it.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do bananas at all, dude.
Yeah.
Constipates me. I can't do it at all. And I honestly you kind of miss it. Not really. I just had bananas so much before.
Dude, so I mentioned I had kidney disease since I was 15. I'm on dialysis right now, and I'm on a transplant list, and that's another thing I'm battling right now. And then everything I'm going through in regards to that and the pending transplant surgery, I always in my brain go back to, well, it's better than having a bag of shit attached to my.
You still think that?
In terms of like quality whatever, like the horrible shit. Like I had to go to the hospital for like a month, and I had like COVID and like kidneys were failing. It was really fucked up like early this year, and then.
That was January.
Yeah, that was like January. That was like I got it like Christmas. I got Christmas of 2021. I got COVID.
Yeah.
And I was in the hospital for a few weeks, and it was really bad. But that experience, that life experience of like going through multiple surgeries, having an ostomy bag, I'm like, well, okay, at least this one doesn't involve my asshole and shit.
Yeah, oh my god, no prostate exams?
Like, that's what I was thinking.
Dude, it's the most I don't know, humiliating. It goes to show how hard having an ostomy bag is. That you're saying that. Because I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, the toughest part of that surgery, of that whole J-pouch experience, I think is like the time you spend with the ostomy bag.
Just living with the bag?
Yeah, because, so I mean, I had a friend who had the permanent ostomy bag.
Ugh,
and he used to tell me different techniques he had, so like it wouldn't smell, and he'd spray cologne around the bag, or
deodorizer.
Yeah, and then I remember I cut out, and I've been pretty disciplined about this, like cutting out a lot of like soda and like kind of beverages that give you gas, because the bag fills up with gas.
Beer is the worst one.
I got so much anxiety when I would be out with it that I would constantly like run to the bathroom, like, okay, let me empty this thing out just in case.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want is you're like watching a movie and all of a sudden like shit starts pouring out.
Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, the movie was Django Unchained.
Oh my god!
And
I
felt the bag filling up, and I remember I'm like, okay, I'm gonna miss like 20 minutes of this movie because I have to take care of this thing. And luckily the shit didn't get too bad. Like it was just like it spilled out a little bit.
It was around it was around.
But it was around like inside like my underwear, so I was able like I had to fucking deal with that for like till I got home. But then obviously toss the underwear.
Were you
out.
With people?
Yeah, I was with people. Yeah.
You were in like a movie theater?
I was in a movie theater.
Holy
seeing Django
shit!
Unchained, yeah. And I was more butthole unchained.
Oh my god, dude! Fucking Christ! I know a guy.
Well, ostomy bag unchained.
Oh my god, dude, that sucks. I had.
Yeah.
So was that the one time that it happened in public?
That was the one time that comes to mind off the top of my head. There were probably other times, but then I didn't want to do anything really public. I think there was another time I went after the surgery, and I saw like a tell at Caroline's, and I mean, no one could tell I had an ostomy bag because I went to the Caroline's bathroom right before he went on. I emptied it out. I really didn't have anything to eat or drink. I was very like clean.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the show ended, I just went right back to my apartment, and I was like in and out of there, like just to see a towel and like dip, and he was great. I mean, I'm glad I went, but it was like, wow, it's to live that life and have it permanently, like my heart goes out to everyone that is out there who has to go through that. You know, you lived with it. What was your experience?
3 years. 3 years, man.
You had it for 3 years.
3 years combined. Yeah, I had it 3 years. There were 5 months in there where I didn't have it because the surgery process is generally it's 3 surgeries, right? So you get the colon taken out. And then you get the next one is they make the J-pouch and they let everything heal. Then the third one is where they connect everything. What do they call the third? The third one is the takedown?
Takedown, yeah. You know, they actually, in my surgery, they did it in 2, but then I had some complications.
Oh, you had 2-step process.
Yeah, but then they added a third part because there was some complications. Yeah. But yours is, what was 3 surgeries? It's crazy, right?
3 surgeries, and then I never felt good after the third one. Just really like painful bowel movements, like if I'm being blunt, like just like painful booty hole, like just the butthole specifically, not even like my stomach was like strong, and that's the thing that's out, but I couldn't just eat everything because like my butthole was not, like the rectum was, and I would have, strictures. Did you ever get strictures?
What do you mean by strictures?
Strictures are when your intestines like kind of go together like that, so you couldn't like squeeze nothing out of there. And when you get sick, when you get a flare up, you go rice chicken, right? You go on like a simple diet or whatever.
Yeah, very basic.
Very basic. So I was doing that. I was like, oh shit, I can get this bad. So I'm gonna have rice chicken. That made it worse because my intestines. When they found out, they said you gotta have Miralax, these laxatives that you diarrhea that stuff out because your intestines are too close together. But when I was taking a shit, I would like eat pretzels and then shit would just be like, ah! Like that was like the one time that I was actually screaming on the toilet. Wow. And like, Mom, I love you so much, because like that's another thing is like her having to deal with like a son who's in like that much discomfort. I was 21 or 22 or 20. Who the hell knows? I was 20.
You were in your early 20s.
I was in my early 20s. I was
20s.
22.
Yeah. General time.
I was 20. It was like late 21, about to be 22, and yeah, bro, just fucking awful. And so they would dilate it, right? They would go in. It's called anal dilations, is what it's a real name. I had 5 of those.
I usually gotta get 5.
Yeah, I gotta get Joey over here to do it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, geez, it's tough to get some non-medical person to do one of those. You gotta pay big money, you know. I gotta earn the big bucks to get that stuff. But 5 of those shit. So
it sucks though, because there's a complication that just happened before is they breaks your sphincter.
Oh.
In which case you would just need a bag forever, probably, because you can't shit. Your sphincter is what controls your anus, your poop. So they went and they I don't want to say tore, they reshaped my like 5 times. And at a certain point, I got it one time, and the doctor was just like, start to mentally prepare for having to do all 3 surgeries again. And I was like, all right, doc, give it to me straight, doc. What are the chances? And he goes 50-50. And it's like, if it's 50-50 and he just told me that I need to mentally prepare, it sounds like it's more like 51-49, you know?
You were like, I don't know if you're a good odds maker.
Yeah.
Like, you sound like you got like the wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of like the book that like.
Don't go to Atlantic City.
Yeah, like you, like I got the sharp number here. I know. Yeah, because you can kind of like tell with doctors.
Oh, you can tell.
Like
I know your body, dude. I knew something wasn't right, man.
Yeah.
I knew something wasn't right.
Oh my god.
I don't feel the way I feel now, you know.
Okay, so then he tells you you're gonna have to redo all 3 surgeries.
I dropped out of college basically that semester.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how could you do anything?
Yeah, I mean, I went home. They gave me opium suppositories, which are extremely strong, and I highly recommend them. They're a lot of fun. So I was putting opium in my ass.
If anyone's got those,
yeah.
DM.
Dude, I think I still have like 6 or 7. So.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I need money if anybody wants. I will.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Market drugs on this.
We'll have to set up like a raffle or something for the Turdsville fan base.
Winner gets the opium suppositories.
Yeah, I don't think legally we can do that.
Hey, we'll find a way.
We'll figure it out. We'll talk to our lawyers.
God. But yeah, man. So he was just like, it's gonna make him more comfortable, you know. Gave these, and I was like, Jesus Christ. They were called Belladonna opium suppositories. They were like some pretty Italian name. I was like, oh, this is like a nice name to distract me from the terrible thing that I'm about to do to myself.
I think I saw those in Italy.
Belladonna.
Yeah, Belladonna. Yeah, I think in Italy they had Flatiron. They had the Belladonna suppositories.
Get the suppositories, what I did.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, mamma mia. Ow!
Some spicy suppository. Oh.
But dude, I did that, and then a couple months went by. I mean, I would just go to the doctor, and they'd be like, he's okay. I had this Turkish, both of them were Turkish. Fucking, I love you both. You saved my life. But you know what you did. So the first guy didn't fix it, but it wasn't his fault. It was my body. I love you, Dr. Karat. And so he basically, he was just like, oh no, you know, he complained 3-4 weeks after surgery, and you know, 6 months we talk. It was like 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, bro. I can't live like this. Like you don't want that life. And so we went and we saw the doctor, and he was just like, all right, your son is like going through something. He was just like, if I could, Dr. Ramsey, if I have a bone of contention with you, is that this is the best colon guy the best surgeon in the world, dude. Dr. Ramsey, who saved my life when I'll get into that. But Dr. Ramsey, listen to his talk on YouTube. It's gonna be boring, but listen to it if you have this. It's like a 20-minute talk. FEZA space REMZI. Dr. Ramsey. He's known. He basically looks like a colon at this point. He's worked with colons
I'm cool
for so long. He used to come into my hospital room and be like, I can't see you as a stand-up comic. But like, fuck you, dude. I'm fucking. You can't see me. I'm not standing up at all, and I'm not making jokes and not like. Just like come in to insult me. He's like, you'll be fine. It's like he's great though. He's a great doctor. But it was after my 3rd surgery, and he was just like, I was like, okay, you asked the question, right? If you were me, what would you do? Or if it was your child, what would you do? That's what my dad asked him. And he just goes, he says ileostomy, which means start the process. But it's not one surgery. Again, it's 3 surgeries. You got to do it all over again. You got to get the first surgery where they fix what's going on now, and they put the bag back in, and you start shitting out of the bag again. And what that is, it's basically, how do you explain a stoma?
Okay.
It's just a small intestine on the outside of your body.
Yeah, like, I mean, you can look up pictures if you really
It
want to look it up.
Yeah, it's right here.
Are we showing the scars? You want to show the scars?
Scars?
So yeah, this is like my scar.
Yeah, this is the first one that I had right here.
Yeah, so my thing was right here, and then it was like this
similar locations. Right?
Very similar. Yeah, I pretty much
right above the cock. Really bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the human body is the human body, so I imagine it's similar for most people. But yeah, they put a little it's a little button almost.
Yeah, it's like a button.
And then shit just comes out of that.
It's your intestine on the outside of your body.
Yeah, it's your intestine on the outside.
That's why you need a bag there to catch the shit.
Exactly, because the shit can come at any time.
Yeah,
you don't know
you can't control it
when the shit's coming out. So I remember I would, for example, when I was at that movie, and the shit's just coming out, and I feel the bag filling up, and I go, oh wow, I gotta take care of this. And you just would feel warm shit on your leg.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you felt it, right? You had it, so you feel that warm, nothing like some hot shit on your leg.
Dude, fucking.
To really just get you
Did you do the 2 marshmallow trick?
No, what's that?
Oh my god, this is like the weirdest thing in the world. This is probably one of the weirdest things. This is I don't know if y'all pray to God, fucking tell him I say fuck you. I love you, but this is one of the most hilarious. This is why I believe in it, because I think God's funny. This is a weird. All right, okay. Okay, so when you change you change your bag, right? How often would you change your bag?
At least once a day, if not more, because
once a day,
minimum.
Change it, take it off and put it back on.
Oh yeah, because it would get dirty, get shit all over it.
Oh, dude, you didn't wear a belt or nothing to press it in and.
I mean, I just got a ton of bags, dude. And was just if shit started to get even around the rim, I'd be okay, when I go shower or something, let me undo this thing and just stick another bag.
You're a hood rich guy. You're you're the first hood rich ostimate. Fuck me. The first hood rich ostimate I've ever met. You're man, I don't fucking get as many bags.
No, dude,
bags,
I mean,
care.
You were a
That's
student.
I was so many bags.
Dude, I was running a business that was successful.
Yeah.
And I had some money coming in. I had that
fucking Turdsville. Give us money.
Yeah, just send us money for no reason.
Dude, I got 20 bags a month, and I was I'm rolling in the deep, but that's not enough to change it every day. That's
no,
crazy.
But I mean, if you had the means to afford to get a ton of bags, wouldn't you get a ton of bags?
But it's a lot on the skin, though. I don't know if I would do, because I got more anxious about changing it. Okay, I'll get back to the thing. What would you do before you changed it? Would you eat something? Would you not eat or drink for a while? Would you do it in the morning or at night?
I think I would do it, I made sure I really cleared it out, and I didn't have anything, I ate, and I felt like whatever I ate passed through me, and I was okay, I'm going to go to bed now and just have water, and I'll be, fine. And then I would take the bag off, and I'd do, a shower at night or something like that. And
so you change it at night?
Yeah, I mean, not always. Sometimes, the thing is, that was another thing, man. I didn't even talk about this. After my first surgery, when I got the ostomy, I got kidney stones. Did that happen to you? Okay, so I had kidney disease. So my kidneys are kind of weak already, and then the dehydration from the surgery, and when you can't really eat or drink anything.
The colon, it's the function of the colon to store water in your body, form stool and store water. So when they take the colon out, it's chronic mild dehydration.
Yeah, and that's how kidney stones get formed.
It certainly doesn't help that.
So on top of getting a new ostomy bag, they had some nurse who was coming to my parents' house to show me how to use the bag. I had to live with my parents.
Oh yeah, the visit nurses. Yeah.
And I was supposed to only be there for a few days or a week, and then I spent a month there because I was in constant pain and we couldn't figure it out. And it turned out it was kidney stones, and I was having really brutal kidney stones while having the ostomy bag. So it was I was pain over here, pain on my dick. It was just a nightmare scenario, and I was just
that's no life.
No, and you talk about the painkillers that, I got deep into it because the only thing that
how great is Oxy, huh?
Yo, it's fucking sick. No, you know what's so weird? Right now, present
kids, go out, buy some Ox, take your moms. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't endorse that shit. I have too many friends die off that shit.
It's awful.
Yeah,
it's so addictive.
It is, but it's great help when you have those symptoms and no one knows what the fuck is going on, and I could pop like some really high power fucking.
You know what I heard?
Painkiller.
It's better at treating emotional pain than physical pain.
Interesting.
And that's part of the reason why it's so great.
Wow. Yeah, because the high, I don't like the high of it, and I know people that do, and I'm glad I'm like not
right here.
Yeah,
right here. Yeah.
Well, only the anal one. Yeah. That's if I get it now, like and somebody hands me a pill, I'm like, wait, how do I put this up my ass? Yeah. And I'm like, ugh.
They give you like Tylenol or melatonin. It's like a vitamin D pill in the morning. You're just like
what?
Why is it not?
Yeah, why isn't this going in my asshole? Like, I just try to put everything in my asshole, by the way. You know, that's just...
to it, yeah.
That's my style. Dude. But the situation was really... What a nightmare situation that was between getting kidney stones, having the ostomy bag. And when I say it out loud, and then I hear about you having to go through the surgery 2 times, I feel like I went through like nothing in return compared to what you went through.
No, it's different because I don't have the kid. It's like we kind of had different side effects.
Yeah.
But also, dude, like even if you have the 3 surgeries and you don't have to get them again, and you don't have kidney stone, and you don't have to get like a new kidney, like it still fucking sucks. It's still the worst thing in the world. And like even if God willing that had happened to you and me, you know, and we'd be sitting here right now as we'd be totally different people, first of all, we would still have a bitch load of things to complain about. And we would still have these like, you know, physical and emotional like scars on us, you know, and it's like, I talk to people and they're like, you know, like he said, it was still the hardest thing you ever had to go through, I think, you know, even if you don't have these like terrible side effects.
I mean, the one thing I remember, like this is after the surgery, and I don't know what your mindset was after the surgery, but I remember having this renewed sense of like, I want to travel, I want to go see the world, I want to like go.
I have the opposite. I'm nervous.
Like, you're nervous. Yeah. Interesting. So why?
The bathroom, dude. What if there's no bathroom around in the fucking? If I fly in the plane, I get up a million times, you know.
It is funny you mention that because I was in the last trip I took before the pandemic. I was in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
And I was at this bar in Hawaii, and I'm just talking to this random girl there, and she's telling me, "Oh, I just went to this place for really cheap or that place," and I go, "Oh, I'd never go there." She goes, "Why not?" And I go, "I heard the bathroom situations like when I was like shit in the hole kind of countries."
Oh, dude.
And and she goes, "Dude, that's like 2/3 of the world you're not going to visit." And
that was Italy.
Wait, is that Italy?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's not all of Italy, but yeah, dude, there are a lot of Italy where it's just like no toilet seat.
I'll stick with Italy.
You gotta hover. Yeah, stick with it. Dude, Italy was great though, but it was fucking awful.
Oh, you went?
I went when I just finished my freshman year of college. I had and it's like this stuff, dude. This all because you're on these medications that fuck up your immune system, so you get sick more often. So I had E. coli. Thanks, Chipotle. I had E. coli.
Shout out to Chipotle.
Shout out Chipotle. We love you. I had E. coli. I had UC, ulcerative colitis, and I had one more fucking hot thing that I was dealing with. I forget what it was. Oh, MRSA.
Oh, shit.
I had MRSA. Big fucking bumps on my face and neck and ass.
That's a stack,
It was
man.
weird, dude. Yeah. And I remember just fucking crying before getting on the plane, being like, it's so many things. It's like too many things. And I got on the plane and I met my dad. And on the plane, because he was living in Italy at the time. He was on sabbatical there for a few weeks. And on the plane, one of my ears like kind of like popped, but like wouldn't go back to normal. So they gave me Advil, which you can't take when you have ulcers. So it like made the ulcers really well. But I had all these, and I was on antibiotics in Italy, so I was just shitting probably 90,000 times every single day, in a day in Italy, and like it was awful. And I was also eating everything because it's Italy.
Yeah,
it's the best
pizza.
It's the best food in the world.
Oh, hey.
It's the best food in the world. But it was awful. Oh my god.
Mamma Mia, I have to say.
That's
my my Italian stereotypes of pizza and Mamma Mia are the first things that come to my head. But wow, that is some story. I sympathize with that. That's a terrible, terrible experience. For me, I would travel to places where I knew the toilet situation was not only good, but better than America. So I started going to Japan a lot.
What, like Sweden?
I would go to Japan all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
How many times did you go to Japan?
Oh, maybe like close to a dozen or something. I had friends over there.
Crazy.
And I was really into Japanese pro wrestling and like.
A dozen times. Why did you get to meet fucking Naruto Uzumaki? I'm sorry, that's my favorite.
Kazuchika Okada I have a picture with. I'll show you that after.
Oh my god,
yeah.
please. Dude, that's awesome. And the Japanese food is good too on the...
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. And I talked to other people I knew who had traveled to Japan.
Yeah.
And I said, have you noticed your bowel movements are like better over here? And they go, yes.
Absolutely.
More solid. There's something about the food
Rice,
in Japan.
fish, yeah.
Yeah, it's very clean. And I started implementing more of like a Japanese diet now in America. So now I go I eat a lot of sushi. I'm constantly kind of doing just like meat and rice, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I do a lot of like bread and protein, some kind of protein,
Yeah, it's a good way to go about
Baba
it.
ganoush on that bitch,
Yeah, but that got me into the Japan trip. I mean, they would have bidets on the flights.
Whew.
On some so if you got like on like the business class or the first, like you got like the bidets. I think they had it in the coach too. I mean,
That's awesome.
I would ball out because I was just like, look, I ran my own business where I was buying and selling concert tickets for years, and when you have colitis and you're stuck in front of a computer, you get pretty good at it.
Yeah, I can imagine, dude.
So,
I can imagine.
I had like disposable income and credit card points to spend, fortunately, on being able to upgrade my flights and kind of like go like travel like business class and nice like flights.
Got a couple of rich bitches right here, right?
Yeah, I don't mean to.
No, I do.
Stunt on
no, I do. Fuck you. Fuck you. I have money. I'm wealthy. Fuck you.
Well,
high tax. I'm in a high tax bracket.
I don't know what your tax bracket.
Oh, I'm very wealthy. Dude.
Okay.
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Oh, dude, I forgot. So the marshmallow trick, dude. So I wouldn't change it every day because I would get anxious about because when you're showering, and to set the scene, there's the outside of my small intestine is on the outside of my body, right? We just took the bag off. So the small intestine's on the outside, and if your body poops, it goes onto the floor. It goes onto wherever you are. You change it in the shower, right?
Oh, yeah. I remember one time I woke up and there was shit all over my bed.
Yeah, that happened to me the day after Thanksgiving. Worst morning of my life.
Oh,
it was the day before my birthday. It was awful.
It's awful. It's really.
I screamed.
No, it really. If you like, imagine think of like not just shitting the bed, but like shit is just.
Yeah, it's all over you.
It's all over you. It's all over your leg, all over your bed.
You're back to like a kind of a fetal state. You feel like you feel helpless.
You do, because I mean, like babies shit on themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you do feel like
you're not potty trained.
I mean, legitimately, there were points where I was like, even with the pouch, I was like, oh, am I gonna need a diaper or something?
Yeah.
Because you go so often, you're like, yeah, maybe the diaper
At night, incontinence after surgery, absolutely.
I always think like Pirates of the Caribbean, but like diaper Pirates of the Caribbean, or like yo ho, what diaper life for me.
I saw Pirates of the Caribbean.
I was thinking of like the Disney ride, but
I went on that shit.
Yeah. But do you remember that scene like in the ride where you're going through and all the pirates are wearing diapers?
Not really. I think I was a kid. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist. I'm fucking you.
I'm gonna say, there's a diaper scene of that?
No, that's my version. That would be like.
It sounds a lot more fun than the
Disney with like a Z. If I took over. And,
Disney with a Z.
Yeah, and I'd make it really brown, and I'd have all the pirates in like diapers and ostomy bags and shit, and like everyone shitting everywhere, and no kid would like it.
It's Walt Disney's worst nightmare.
Or
you running Disney.
Yeah.
Jew.
Yeah. Oh, a Jew running Disney. He'd definitely not like either of us running Disney. Yeah, we're both Jews. This is colitis, very common in European Jews. Why is that? Why do you
Dude, we are so inbred back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
Also, do you know about epigenetics?
What do you mean? Explain
Epigenetics? Epigenetics?
Explain it to myself.
What am I working with? A couple of retards in this room don't know about epigenetics?
I don't like to use that word. I find that offensive. offensive, and I'm going to be.
You don't like epigenetics? Why not?
The R word. Excuse me.
What is the R word? Say it, bitch. Okay, sorry. I'm working. Okay.
I'm gonna let the retard say it.
Yeah, I'm graduating from Retard University. Thank you very much. So,
oh yeah.
69 years spent there. Anyway, but dude, epigenetics. I think that epigenetics. I have a friend, Buster. Shout out Crohn's. We'll have you one day. It's my best friend since I was 2 who has Crohn's. God works in mysterious ways, but he says that Jews have been stressed out for so long that we have stomach. It's like materialized in our stomachs. You know. That's just like how like black people have high blood pressure, and that's just like the way it happened for them. You know, like we have stomach stuff and mental. You know, Jews have crazy mental depression is common in Eastern European Jews, but I think it's just because back in the day we'd all be fucking our sisters. You know.
Do a lot of incest, you think?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
I've heard
because
that.
in the shtetl, you can't be fucking. There's what you can fuck. Your second cousin is about as distant as you could get because you have to keep it in the family. No Christian bitch is gonna let you fuck her. The dad's not gonna let you fuck her. Every time a nice white Christian baby dies, they go and they burn the whole shtetl down. You know. The blood libels, for all those who don't know, when a baby would like fall down a well, they would go and kill all the Jews because it was in vogue. You know, that's just what. There was no explanation. You killed. It was fun. It was fun. It was harmless.
What year is this? This is like.
It was like 1920. It was like 2005. It was fine.
Yeah, 2005.
It was fine. Don't worry about
Spice
it.
Girls.
Don't worry about it. Spice Girls. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't look into it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, dude. It was like back in the day. The pogroms, you know, in Russia. It's where we all come from. It's where everybody in this room comes from. We're all probably siblings, like in one. We're all like pretty closely related. Like we have the same disease. Like there's a reason for that, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very Jewish, and that's just how it's materialized for us. And it's we pass that down. And Jews make up less than 0.01% of the world's population. So our parents are like marry a Jew, and we pass those shit genes to our kids. My parents have awful genes. You know, like I'm not gonna have kids because like I don't want to fuck my kid up. I'll adopt. I'll do the Jew. I'll adopt a kid from fucking.
You just like
butthole.
You be with a non-Jew.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh, so you got like I don't know your family situation.
Dude, no, I would totally. I only fuck non-Jews.
Yeah. I met a Jew at a Nets game. He said to me, "Shiksas are for practice."
Yeah, hell yeah. Shiksas are for practice.
Shiksas are for
Jesus
practice.
Christ. Dude, I had my 10th. We're getting into serious stuff here. I had my 10th pussy on Tuesday, 2 days ago. So
congratulations.
Thank you so much, guys. It's been a real pleasure. 10 double digits, 10th pussy. I've had sex with 7 women in the past 6 months. All right. Don't tell me I'm not back to life, okay? Because I'm back, baby.
He's back.
Yeah, but
you hear that?
But I had my tears.
Who's gonna be number 11?
Tears running down my face. Every single sexual encounter. But yeah, number 11.
Yeah, the crying I find is not a turn on for women.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah. After sex was a big thing with mixed.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, the marshmallows.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten to the marshmallow thing. Yeah.
It's so unbelievable. So I'm surprised they never maybe this kind of technology hadn't been invented yet, but they told me eat 2 marshmallows, wait 15 minutes before you change your bag. Isn't that ridiculous? Is that not ridiculous?
It like stops it.
It gives you a temporary blockage.
I did hear about this.
Temporary blockage.
I did hear about this.
Would you do like pretzels or something?
No.
Temporary blockage?
I remember I tried it and it was uncomfortable, so I like didn't do it again.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about.
And sometimes it backfires because marshmallows, of course, they're high in sugar, and sugar is a diuretic, which usually makes you shit faster. But they said if you time it right, it won't shit for a while, and then it might shit a lot, but you have the bag on. So if you time it right, I eat marshmallows, I take my bag off, so I have my stoma, the outside of my small intestine, sitting right here, and I'm like, okay, I'm not shitting. I'll put my new bag on, boom, good. But a lot of the time it backfired. Wow. And I just ate marshmallows, and I'm just fucking shitting. And the worst was when it just kept going. You put a new bag, you put a new bag on, then you have to put a new bag, because you're getting shit on the outside, and it was, that's why I changed it as little as possible, because it was just like, the worst nights were when you were like just lying and you fuck, I have to change it now. It's fucking 2 a.m. I just ate shit. I'm not gonna be able to, dude. Oh my god,
Did you find you like didn't want to eat?
Yeah, well, actually, I had the opposite. So now I kind of have that where I don't want to eat, because I get anxious from this with the going on stage with the stand-up. So I'm eating less now because I just don't, shitting is just boring. I always go back to the shit. But when I first got diagnosed, I would eat more to make myself sick on purpose, because psychologically speaking, this is what I've realized with talking to therapists and stuff. You have no control of your life, right? When you have this stuff, your body betrayed you,
Yeah.
But if I eat a lot and I make myself shit all the time, I'm in control of that. I'm not going to try to eat a can of tuna or try to eat chicken and rice, because if that doesn't work, then I failed. But if I fail on purpose, then I'm in control of my own destiny. Does that make sense?
No, it actually makes
It's very flawed logic, and I don't recommend it to anybody, but I was a dumb 18, 19,
dude,
20-year-old.
I'm in my 30s and I still
when the
pandemic hit and I was at like my peak pandemic depression.
Yeah.
It would be like 1, 2 in the morning and I'm like, well, I know if I eat something right now, I'm gonna like shit my pants overnight.
Yeah.
And I would just eat it anyway and I just accept that, like,
'Cause you
all
don't
right,
care,
I'm gonna
right?
shit my pants. Yeah. Like,
Well, because
that's
you're the
gonna
one.
happen.
You're the
Okay.
one making yourself shit. You're the one making yourself shit your pants. It's not your body. It's you.
Yeah, and it's kind of like this, like, fuck you, I don't give a fuck
Yeah.
kind of mindset
To yourself.
Yeah, and especially like that time when it was just like total isolation, and beginning of the pandemic, I just got put on a transplant list. I was super bummed about that shit, and then so it just everything compiling. It was very dark, and I talked to my shrink about it as well, and it's just like one of those things where you try to have some control in your out of control life.
Exactly.
And the way I try to get control over like my pouch is I'll pop like half an Imodium like during, if like I know I'm gonna go on stage.
Imodium, which is like a bowel stopper, right?
Yeah, it's basically it's like an opiate that's not like a painkiller opiate. Like they take the painkiller effects out. And just over-the-counter Imodium, and I break off like a half, and if I'm really paranoid, I'll take like a full. And then what happens is I get a lot of gas, and then I'll have to take like a Gas X or something on top of that. So it's this whole combination. It's very anxiety-inducing. And it happened recently.
You're making a salad, dude. A medication salad.
Well, I'm trying to have control over this uncontrollable situation. I mean, you don't use like Imodium or anything?
No, that stuff didn't. It had like a negative effect on me. It would like not. When I had after my second surgery, I would like my system just kind of stopped. It like stopped. It just like kind of stopped working. So the Imodium wouldn't like. It was everything. It was either like totally going 100% or 0%. So the Imodium just didn't like. I don't know. It seemed to have a negative effect on me. It seemed to not work or backfire, and like it never really helped the problem that I did. But I was on it like temporarily, and then it kind of I forget what it did, dude. Because there's just so many medications. It was the chronicle of medications.
Yeah.
But it did something bad, and it got to the point where it was like when doctors would say like try Imodium, I was just like no, they like X-nated on my list, like you can't take Imodium.
So you have, I mean, maybe it's because you had the multiple surgeries and you had so many things that happen to you that it's kind of like it affects your body differently than it affects my body. And I mean, it's not something I want to be taking on a regular basis, but it allows me at least a little bit of freedom where I can eat a meal and not have to like rush to the bathroom after the meal. Like I feel like I have to go, but I don't like immediately have to.
You take Metamucil?
No, I don't. I take a probiotic. I take this like refrigerated probiotic.
Yeah, fancy shit.
Yes, I'm all about that.
Sponsor us,
Yeah, Visbiome.
Visbiome,
yeah. Hit me up. If you want to sponsor the Turdsville Podcast.
I'll take anything on it. I'll put anything in my butt. VSL3, that's another fancy one. Refrigerated, huh?
Yeah, if any fans of at Turdsville Pod send us stuff, we'll put it in our butt.
Yeah, please.
Whatever you send us.
I need something.
We don't even care. We'll just stick it in our butt, and we're not even gonna look. We're just blindly like blindfolded. We're just stick it in your butt.
I take you.
See, I mean, anytime somebody hands me any sort of medications. Everything's fine. Everything's survived. They have like weed suppositories.
Weed suppositories.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's necessary. That's what's happening to this country. That's what happens when you fucking legalize weed. I vote Democrat. Don't worry. But like, dude, I told you I smoked for a decade. I don't smoke anymore. But I started when I was 14. Started early, and I pretty much was high. Ripped the bong for a 10-year bong rip until I was 23, right? And I stopped at that point because I was like, I've done everything. But like, do we need weed? I'm sorry. Do we need weed? Can we just put a dildo in there? Why do we need weed suppository? I mean, I guess
I asked someone.
There's nothing like a bong rip. Just rip the bong, please, for your own good.
I was popping when I first saw it because I was out on the West Coast and I saw it and I was like, oh, this is hilarious. I'm like, who would use this? And then they said there's some people have medical conditions. They have like medical conditions. They like have trouble taking pills or other stuff.
They can't smoke or vape or chapstick. There's a vagillion ways to take weed now, dude.
I guess some people
hair shampoo.
I mean, there might be a community out there that just prefers to take it in their butt. And
I mean, it's stronger, right?
Yeah, it's definitely
butt chugging.
Yeah, butt chugging. Yeah,
we've all been there. Yeah.
I find like weed, drinking, whatever it is, if it goes in your butt, it's gonna be so much better.
I mean, I only have the experience with the opium, but it was, oh my god, the first time I took it, I was like doing the Charleston on the fucking living room with my mom. I was just like, she was telling me something, I had to clean something. I was just like, Ma, I'm sorry, I'm high as shit right now.
Yeah.
Ass opium, I gotta sit down. And then we just kind of like, and she was like, you're doing good, and I was like, yes. And then we just like, I was like, all right, we just kind of hung out there for a while. But
is that the strongest opiate you had, like the ass opiate?
I think the ass opium was probably the strongest thing I had. Season 2 of Succession I watched when I was on that opiate. Great season, great show, of course.
That's kind of the thing where people look at entertainment, they see it as frivolous. But if you're going through like a major medical thing,
it's so important.
Oh, it's like all you have is whatever bullshit entertainment.
Selling tickets, whatever passion you can get behind, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, that's like, as I'm going through my shit now with my kidneys, like that's what kind of got me back into like comedy and stand-up.
Yeah, like, absolutely. Likewise.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, you only YOLO once. You gotta like go.
You only YOLO once, dude.
Yeah, you gotta go for it. You gotta like, yeah. And I've been doing it before, but like, and kind of got back into it, and I was dabbling in it. And I gotta say, when I told you this, I think last week, when I saw you were doing it and you had a J pouch, because that was like my excuse. I remember I used to say like, I don't want to do it because I got the pouch and it's gonna be uncomfortable. And then I saw you doing it, and I'm like, I got no excuse now. I gotta do it. This guy's doing it. I can't.
You're on dialysis, man.
Yeah, I'm on dialysis right now, and
you can always find an excuse.
Oh yeah, I mean, I try not to book shows after a dialysis session because they're so brutally draining. I try to book shows on like off nights when I don't have dialysis. But this is temporary right here. I have we're getting into other medical conditions. I have a dialysis catheter right now in my chest right here. Oh, nip slip, pay-per-view.
Janet Jackson over here.
Yeah, getting real saucy, sexy here. But yeah, dialysis is a fucking nightmare. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I've been on it since the beginning of this year, and I thought I was gonna get a kidney from a relative of mine. Shout out to my cousin Greg. Much love, but obviously this is more of a shit cast, so kidney stuff. I feel like it's not the place for it. This is Turdsville. We're talking about turds. We're talking about shit. We're the authorities on shit. And not only that, we spent some time here. We shared our shit stories, and I want you at home, if you're listening, if you're watching, I want you to share your story. DM your BMs.
You bitch.
At Turdsville Comedy.
DM your BM.
DM your BMs.
Carpe DM the BM. Nah, it's a little much.
No, I mean...
DM the BM. We'll DM the BM.
Seize the diarrhea.
Seize the diarrhea.